Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over how to factor quadratic expressions. To be specific, we're going to be looking at quadratic trinomials. All right. So the question reads: the expression x squared minus 10x plus 24 is equivalent to. So we have four options here. We're going to be solving this problem in two different ways. Okay. One way we'll be going as from the question to the answer, method one, using the method of factoring. Okay. And then the next approach we're going to use is method 2, where we're going to be going from the options to the answer using the method of expansion. All right. So method 1 is factoring. The specific factoring method we're going to be using right here is known as the AC method or the X game. All right, there are different ways that this can be done. You can use guess and check. You can use the asterisk method, the box method, but I'm just going to use the AC method because, in my opinion, that's one of the best skills to learn when you're factoring quadratic trinomials. All right, so we have x squared minus 10x plus 24. So in order to factor this, we're going to make the x. All right. And then we're going to need to place AC on the top and B on the bottom. All right, so you might wonder what is A, B, and C in this particular problem. Well, this, first of all, ensure that your quadratic trinomial is written in standard form, basically in descending order of degrees, okay? This is a second degree term, first degree term, and there goes a constant. And then make sure that your coefficients are visible. The invisible coefficient is just 1. Okay, so in this setup, A is the leading coefficient, B is the coefficient of the constant term, and C is a constant. A times C goes on the top, which is 1 times 24, which is 24, and then B as the coefficient of the linear term goes in the middle. All right, notice you do not attach the variables, or we're just taking or extracting our numbers. All right, so what we want to do is basically find two numbers that have special properties, two numbers that add or subtract to give you the number, the middle term, but they share a common factor with the first term and the last term. That's what enables us to carry out a procedure known as factoring by grouping, which results ultimately in the factored state of this quadratic trinomial. Okay, so let's go ahead and play that X game. Two numbers that add or subtract to give you negative 10. And when you multiply them, you get 24. To assist us with this, we're going to make our factor tree with a T-chart. Looking at the pairs of integers that multiply to give you 24, and then see which one we can combine to get 10. All right, so what times what gives you 24? Starting from 1. 1 times 24 is 24. 2, definitely. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 goes into 24 8 times. Does 4 go into 24? Definitely. 4 goes into 24 6 times. 5 doesn't go. So we already have a complete loop right here. Okay? So we have all the pair of integers that multiply to give you 24. So we just have to pair them together to see which will yield 10 when you add it. All right? First pair gives you 25 or 23 when you add or subtract. That doesn't work. The second one gives you 2 and 12. When you subtract, you can get 10. When you add, you can get 14. Oh, we have 10 here. So let's try that out. So we have 2 and 12. All right. So before we get too excited, we have to make sure that we can get the bottom number by manipulating the signs. One thing to note is sometimes you have multiple pairs that work. Okay, so you have to be careful not to fall into a trap. When you have multiple pairs that seem to work, the signs will ultimately determine which the correct pair is. Okay, all right, so let's see. If they're both positive, you can get 10. How about we make 12 negative? Okay, so if we make 12 negative, 2 minus 12 is negative 10. Beautiful. But wait, 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. So that doesn't work. Okay, remember it has to satisfy A, C, and B. It has to add to give you the bottom and multiply to give you the top. All right, how about we make the small one positive, negative? Negative 2 times 12. Oh, it doesn't work because this is positive 24. And negative 2 plus 12 is positive 10, so that doesn't even work either. Okay, so all the possible sign combinations we make with them negative, that's even worse, right? These two multiply to give you 24, which is good, but when you combine them together, you get negative 14, which is bad. All right, so we've done all the possible combinations and still doesn't work. So what does that tell us? We're gonna keep trying. Maybe there's another pair that will work for us here. Okay, so 3 8, if you add it, you get 11. If you subtract, you get 5. Nope. How about 4 and 6? Oh, look at, we have another candidate here. More likely than not, this should work because we don't have any other options. All right, so if they're both positive, you multiply, you get 24. Good. When you add, you get positive 10. Bad. So let's fix the signs. What if we make both of them negative? When you multiply, you get positive 24. Excellent. When you add, you get negative 10. Beautiful. This is the pair that we're looking for. Okay, so just look out for traps when you're working on factorization of quadratic trinomials. All right, so now what you notice in this particular problem is that the a value is 1. Okay, so what does that tell us? Well, since a is 1, no grouping is necessary. No grouping is needed. But if a were not 1, then we have to use a factoring by groupings method. Okay, you can take a look at our website at mathgotserved.com on the Algebra 1 to access those examples. So just search it further on our page on YouTube, and you can see that example where a is not 1 and we have to factor by grouping. All right, so since we don't have to group, that means we can just jump right to our factored state, which is equal to x. You take the first number, minus 4. There's the first factor, and then x minus 6 is the second number, and that's our answer. Okay, answer to question number 4 is option number 4. Answer to this question is option number 4. So remember that multiplication commutes, okay? So don't get distracted by the fact that the orders of the factor are reversed. So x minus 6 times x minus 4 is the same thing as x minus 4 times x minus 6. Okay, so think about 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6. When you switch the order of multiplication or addition, it doesn't change the result because those two operations are commutative. Okay, all right, so now we're done with method 1, which is factoring. Now let's assume that you forgot or you don't know how to do the AC method, but this is a multiple choice question, so you can take advantage of the options. Using the method of expansion or foiling, you can also generate the correct answer. It just takes longer for some people. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do is just going to expand every single one and see which question yields which answer yields the question. Okay, so let's start with option 1, x plus 12 times x minus 2. Just gonna expand it, just FOIL it out. Okay, first, outer, inner, last. Multiply that out. You have x times x is x squared. First outer is x times 2, negative 2x. Inner is as if 12x. And then last is negative 24. Okay, let's combine like terms downwards. And then we're going to have x squared plus 10x minus 24. Ooh, that was close, but it doesn't match the question exactly. Okay, so that clearly shows us that option 1 is wrong. In option 2, we have the product of x minus 12 times x plus 2. We're going to carry out exactly the same procedure, just FOIL it out first, outer, inner last. Okay. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is just 2x. Negative 12 times x is negative 12x minus 24. All right, so we're gonna just add it downwards. What does that yield? We have x squared. Combine this together. Minus 10x. Oh, close. Minus 24. Oh no, it doesn't work. Okay, so we see that option 2 is not the answer because the result we got upon expansion doesn't match the original question. It was close, but not good enough. We need the exact match. All right, option 3. We have x plus 6 times x plus 4. We're going to FOIL that out using the same procedure that we used before. So first, outer, inner, last. Bam, bam, bam. Multiply. We get x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 24. And then just add downwards. Now, had it been the correct answer with option A, it would have been done a long time ago, right? Okay, so adding down, we have x squared plus 10x. Oh, that's close. Because this one is positive, whereas that one is negative. Okay, so we can clearly see that the correct answer is option 4. But let's just multiply it out, since it's so much fun multiplying these polynomials together. So might as well just investigate the last one to see if our answer is correct. Okay, so following the same procedure, first outer, inner, and then last. Okay, we'll multiply it out. We have x squared minus 4x minus 6x plus 24. And then when we add it downwards, we're going to get, what do we get? X squared minus 10x plus 24. Perfect. Bullseye. This is exactly what we want. So we can see for sure, for certainty, that option 4 is the correct answer. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. Let us know how your day is going in the comment section below. Also, what you think about this presentation. If you have any questions or comments, just put in the comment section. And tons of support resources can be found at mathgotserved.com. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.